All right, departing Jones Falls, going to my next spot. I'm not even gonna have to paddle out of here. Oh, that boat's blocking my wind. All right, give it a paddle. All right, away we go.
So in this video, just going to take a look at a paddle I did from Jones Falls on the Rideau Lakes to Davis Lock. So not a long distance, but it's actually a very nice paddle. You could easily do it both there and back in one day if you were looking for a day paddle. So you could park at either one of the lock stations, do the paddle, and be back to your car. Just the winding channels are just beautiful.
Just gotta watch out for power boats coming around these corners. Saturday afternoon, so they can be.
I could have quite happily spent more time just kind of paddling and exploring these kind of, I guess you would call them canyons, kind of narrow waterways with high stony walls. But I was also curious what was up ahead.
Yeah, just kind of ghosting along here. Um, I'm probably doing a couple knots, maybe more. Just doing a lean turn here, so I don't have to pick up my paddle. Not working. There we go. That's more like it. I like it when you're just kind of ghosting along like this, just slowly on the sail. You can just kind of take a break. I mean, I could paddle, but but I could just take a break instead, and go 2 knots instead of 3 knots or something. So I consider it worthwhile to take a break and sail. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to paddle up the length of Sand Lake, and it's a pretty long lake. Whoa!
Okay, so this is Sand Lake that I'm sailing across. It's a decent sized lake for the wind to build up and a little bit of wave action. Sand Lake is about 3 miles at its longest and about 1.4 miles wide. It's a neat lake. There are several uninhabited islands, small, rocky, uninhabited islands. I didn't go on to any of them, but I did get close enough to take a look, and I could see wild blueberries growing on the islands. I don't know if anybody owns them. It didn't really look like it. It looked like there were some navigational markers on some of them, so maybe they're owned by Parks Canada itself.
I kind of find it's best when you're paddling these long, kind of open water sections, is to stay as far out of the channel as you can get. That way, there's less chance of a close encounter with a power boat. So, at any rate, the channel's about a half mile to my right. That way. I know there's some windsurfers out there. Oh, there's one right behind me actually. Time to flip the chart. I just went by Papoose Island there. I'm navigating just with paper charts because, and I've got my compass, just because that's what I like to do when I'm not in a rush. I'll use a GPS if I'm in a rush, but if I'm just out trying to enjoy myself, I'll bring my paper charts and my compass. Here goes one of those new LaBoat houseboats out of Smiths Falls. They're supposed to be kind of like a luxury houseboat rental. They're interesting looking canal boats. It's about to go by in front of me here. That one there. I actually would have crossed in front of them, but I decided to stop and wait because, well, you know, rental boat, you don't know how much boat driving they've done or, you know, anything like that. You know it's easy sailing when you don't even need your hands to sail, right? I can play with the camera and stuff. All right, and there ahead is Davis Lock Station. Be there in a couple minutes. Looks like I'm gonna have to turn and point my bow to the wind to go through here.
And here I am portaging with my portable breakdown two-wheeled kayak cart. So I carry that in the kayak with me.
One nice thing about these lock stations is a lot of them have potable water. I always ask if the water's good before I use it, but it just means I don't have to either carry or filter water. So just a quick look around the lock station. So I'm standing up on the lock gate. All right, there's the lock itself. I'm assuming that's the camping area there. And then you got the washrooms over there. And then quite a bit of dock space with shore power available. There's lots of shore power available here. It must be a really popular spot for a stopover. And they've got potable water on a hose, so it's almost like a Parks Canada run marina in a way, rather than just a lock station. Just because it has so many amenities with shore power and docks and potable water. And okay, and here's the little kayak dock and portage here. So and that's free. So if to go through the lock, you got to pay. If you want to use the free portage route and docks and everything, you can, because Parks Canada is awesome. Okay, so all these docks, and you pay to use the canal, but you don't pay to use the portage. So there's my kayak cart all disassembled in the back cargo storage area of my kayak, along with my tripod and thermarest mattress. Okay, if you're doing this by kayak, I'd bring a kayak cart. I wouldn't try to carry it. They roll a lot easier than they drag.
All right, that's kayaking from Jones Falls to Davis Lock. Thank you for watching the Travel by Water channel.